basswood body from Batula. Neck also from Batula. The Holy Grail, I think they call it, ESP neck. I can't remember the fret size. They're small. They're not the big jumbo bad boys. The neck is a thick beast. Whoa, I like them thick, just like the ladies do. And so I did this Floyd Rose, original Floyd Rose that I reliced, Seymour Duncan JB, and a Seymour Duncan SSL1 single coil push-pull pot to activate. So just a little bit of a story. I was gonna make a Kamikazi replica, ESP George Lynch Kamikazi replica. I even bought this vinyl to do it with. And I don't know what occurred to me, something I saw another George Lynch Mr. Scary build that had this Rising Sun, or not Rising Sun, he made the meatball from War Times, and I loved it. I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. So I decided I'm gonna make an actual Zero, a Mitsubishi Zero replica. But these are real rivets. I carved this out, just kind of to do the plating. There are rivets. Michael's. Walked around that store for an hour looking for them because I'm a man and I don't ask questions. So I finally found them way back in the leathering section. So drilled these out, glued them in. Then I did an aluminum coat, aluminum paint, and then did a salt technique where I got from building ship models, little plastic model kits. Then you spray the green or whatever color over the top, let that dry, and then you just chip it off, and then you get paint chips, authentic looking paint chips. And that's what we did here. This kanji is rain and fire. Done very poorly. Actually, it's done probably perfect because it's weathered and yucky looking, which is supposed to. The yellow here, bright yellow, is the leading edge of what the Zeros had. So this would represent the wings here. On George's Kamikazi, these were bombs. There's a guy on another Parts Caster page, I'm not sure exactly one of the Facebook pages, who was giving me a good ribbon about something, and I'm like, oh yeah, well I'm gonna he's like, you should have bullet holes in that thing. I'm like, hey, that's a great idea. So where the bombs on George's, this is now bullet holes in there. Real holes, I drilled them in there. And really turned out pretty good. So that's that, really. I don't want to go into the tuners. M01. So there's a little tiny story behind that. That was, this is not the number I wanted, but the stencils, I could not find the right size and combination of numbers. I just couldn't. This was the best I could come up with. It was supposed to be Michelle, my wife's name, and then 018, but I couldn't find an 8. So it's now M-01, which funny enough is ESP's M1 Tiger, George Lynch's, which I didn't think about at the time. But it is what it is. And we flip it over to the back and we got the contour. I carved that myself. It did not come that way. I just wanted to put that on there. I did like a burst. I tried to make this like this. I looked everywhere in hobby shops for the right type of coat. That was the underbelly of the Zeros, and this was like the best I could do. The burst, it should have been like, generally this would all be one color, but I thought it looked kind of neat with the green. Kind of a green burst, which I've never done before. And then I painted the springs. I had plenty of documentation on the old webs, or Instagram and Facebook or YouTube, about me trying to paint those black instead of spending the money on actually buying them black. I could have used more clear on this. I used this triple thick polyurethane, and I did not use enough on the back. I think the front's fine, but I dropped this thing. The thing fell off my desk, and I chipped right here and right here. So this could use another coat, which I may or may not do. So that's it. Let's I'll put together. Let's go hear what it sounds like. right, so what did we think? I loved it, but I built it, so of course I love it. But I think the way Batula, I can say it wrong every time, Butala, puts I didn't have to do any adjustments on this thing. I got it, put the neck on, no shimming, nothing, just perfect. I got perfect action all the way down low. I could have measured it for you, but I didn't. Lazy. But I love the hell out of this thing. It took me a little bit to get some good tones out of it. Maybe it's the metal covers that I'm not used to. I don't know. But it was a beast trying to get something for me. Like I'm getting out of the 80s thing, and I'm more into the like classic rock, no overdrive, like hard, raw metal overdrive. I don't like that stuff anymore. So for me, like it probably sounds fine, but I'm like, so it's just how I evolve. I don't know. It is what it is. But I think it sounds great. It plays fantastic. And other than the fact that I said it earlier in the video, I didn't want to talk about the tuners, but I'm going to tell you anyway because we're all about transparency here at all, and that's all I know. Like a moron, I ordered tuners from StewMac, and I'm not going to blame them because I'm sure it was my dumbass mistake. I ordered right, left, whatever the hell it is for reverse right, I think it's called. And I just put them on, didn't even check, but oh my God, they're wrong. These are just regular right-handed tuners, so you got to turn them the opposite way. Oh God, and I didn't even think about it when I put them on. It didn't dawn on me until I started tuning it up. I'm like, oh my God, I've got to turn it the wrong way. So, it is what it is. We all learn lessons. Pay more attention, huh? But I love the guitar. It's gonna be. I'll probably make more. I think it's really cool. I love the design. I love everything about it. It was fun to make. It was a lot of fun to make. I did a lot of extra things that I'm kind of. Oh, what's the word? I'm off. I'm off to the beat of a different drummer, and so like I tried Mod Podge for a top that didn't work very well. On my Frankie that I did, I used egg whites for a grain filler, so I'm always doing weird crap, that doesn't work. But sometimes it does. The egg whites worked, but anyway, I do all this kinds of weird crap. So I'm always experimenting, doing weird stuff, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's just fun for me, and I hope you enjoy the journey. So the next one we got is the my Frankie that is getting. So we're gonna have that going, and that'll be the next one you'll see sooner than later. So until next time,